Oh, the blue one. It has been missing.
For what?
All right. So many times Camille will go, where are the cups? And I'm like, they're around. They come back. They
I
find a
wanted
way.
to put a sticker on it.
I think we are skibadoo, skibadabom. I'll check this. Bam. Stephanie Swift in the house. Skibi. Bam. I am so excited. So, if you don't know who this girl is, I have so many things I want to start with, but how special you are to me, how much I love you. But Stephanie Swift has been in this Flagler land for, has it been, we went over this the other day, like 5-ish years-ish?
No, I've almost been in
2, because I got in trouble
Okay.
last one. You know, like
What?
this will come.
Look at that.
So like wherever you go, just kind of like,
Just like,
you see, it's
okay, got it.
Boom. Has it? What has it been?
So I've been in Florida almost 6. Wow. But I've been in Flagler almost 3.
Okay. And
half of my Florida life has been in Flagler.
We're going to dive right into it. For those that don't know you, you came from Oregon land.
I sure did.
And you came solo dolo, son.
I mean, I didn't move here solo.
Well, you came with a companion, but I mean, like, you didn't come for a family. You didn't come for the school. You just came like the real Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
You really did.
I mean, kind of. I did follow my ex, but
you didn't get dysentery.
I didn't
the
get
whole
dysentery.
trail.
No,
and
not once.
One night, I got it. We're just gonna for my own. I love you. We do this when we're on a show or not. I know. I'm at breakaways one night, and you're there, and you are captivatingly beautiful, and you're new to the hood, so your new flesh is just.
I wasn't even working there yet.
I know.
Yeah.
But you were permeating. Like, remember you were so ignorant towards it, which is this is where the whole name, my Babe. So you're just you don't even notice, but the boys are just like, and I'm noticing it because I'm like, you don't even know how gorgeous you are. You're so politely ignorant towards it.
Am I blushing?
So you're there, and then I couldn't take it. I'm like, excuse me, ma'am. I remember we sat down at the picnic table.
Yeah, the picnic
and
table.
We were 12 to 12. Mm-hmm. And immediately people were like, excuse me. And I had a couple boys confide in me that night. Were like, can you let her know? We won't say names.
No names.
Specifically that one. And I remember, for those that know me, when I'm misbehaving, I like to always have like a fake name that we always like remember forever. And I went with Babe. I don't even know why.
Stuck.
I was really like Babe, and then you were like, I'm gonna call you Babe. You're like, if we're doing this, you're getting a name, and let's just. And I've never had anyone name me the fake name. And
I never knew your real name for the longest time.
Likewise. That night, transpiring into 48 to 72 hours plus, I'm, of course, when I meet someone new to the hood, I'm all excited. I tell them, like, there's a new girl in town. And they're like, who? I'm like, Babe. And I got to say, I don't want to brag, but I think there's a very large population of people that think your name is a Babe.
Oh, 100%. And it's honestly, even when I'm like just talking to random people, like, I mean, I haven't gone out in St. Augustine since I moved there, but when I do, if I don't want someone, like, that's my name. That's my go-to name, you know?
And it's stuck. And it's awesome because it's like a boy's name, but it's so flattering.
But also like really works for me.
Works. And since that day, I have loved you. And I want you to know, before I ask you one question, you have been probably the most unequivocally most consistent, beautiful. You exercise such an older demeanor about you. And I'm not going to blow you up and say your age, but you're not 63. I know that.
I'm not 63.
But you Camille and I are always blown away. We talk so much shit about you behind your back about how I've never once heard you say anything bad about somebody to me. And even if you say something, you never use names, which is such a wisdom way of talking. You never use specifics. And you keep this beautiful way of life that I just want you to know is extremely beautiful and attractive. And I love you for it.
Aww,
yeah.
Babe.
And you're so special to me, my Babe. So let's get into it. Can we, like, for those that don't know, like, you shared it with those that have gotten to know you.
Yeah.
But you come from the Oregon land. You come with the companion, Skibidi Bop Scooby.
Yeah.
Where are you at that point chronologically, if you want? Because I would love for you to share. Yeah, like, share your story where you were.
Well, I was only, I don't even know where to
Were you like
start.
I'm more interested for you to share because I want more people to always be out of their comfort zone. It's obviously
Mhm.
without saying you were out of your comfort zone. You had nothing
Oh my
and
gosh,
no one.
yeah. Even moving to Flagler,
To
I was out of my
maybe
comfort zone.
inspire somebody, which you inspire me today, more than just entertain. Where were you emotionally in your darkest fetal positions? Were you
Oof.
actually comfortable? Because I never really talked to you about this yet. Like
Yeah.
we've hinted on it, but
Mhm.
like those moments, being in a new town, at the end of the day, not to sound cynical, but like these aren't your friends
Yeah.
at first. You're like
Mhm.
everyone's being warm and loving, and you're probably like, yo, these Flagler folk are
Yeah.
people want to like sleep over already. Like, whoa,
Mhm.
where were you? Were you actually you're going through a massive breakup?
Yeah. So it's actually really funny because I was in such a different like headspace moving to Flagler than I was when I moved to Seville. Like when I
Mm.
first moved to Florida, I was in such a like bad place, you know, like I just needed to get out of Oregon at the time anyways. And the relationship kind of just brought me here. I was in a horrible headspace when I moved to Seville, but I think because that was like such a long term, like horrible headspace I had when I moved to Flagler, because when I moved to Flagler, I wasn't planning on moving here. Like I hadn't told anybody that me and my ex had broken up yet. I hadn't even told my parents. Like I hadn't told anybody. And there was just this one day I was at work and a few of my friends that I'm really, really close with now. I wasn't even that close with
Of course,
one of them yet.
brand new.
And I just like one day I was like, well, me and what's his face broke up, you know? And before that was like 2 weeks after we'd broken up. I didn't tell anybody.
It wasn't
And
that fast because I never really talked to you about like the actual timestamp. You're here, and within 2 weeks, the relationship was over.
well, no, there were
Ish.
like when we had broken up, we broke up like a month or so before I moved to Flagler. So I was still staying with him for a month.
You broke up before you moved to Flag? I don't know if I even recall this.
Yeah, we broke up like a month before I moved to Flagler.
Wow.
And then when I went to work one day, me and my past roommate now, we found a place that day. I was looking into land. I was looking into land for a 1-bedroom. And then I just told her that one day. And then that day we found the place we ended up moving into. So like when that all happened, when I first moved to Flagler, I was in a great headspace.
Okay.
Like I was so happy. Like I just got out of a really, really rough part of my life. You know, I move into a new town. I move in with a local. I meet everybody within a week or two of
Who
being
was
here.
can we talk names? Who was I don't remember who you moved.
Julia.
You moved in with Jules?
Julia.
I didn't remember. See, there's like
we lived
there's
together
figments.
for
I
like
remember.
a year and a half.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, what a great first roommate.
Oh my
God, I
gosh,
love
that's what I'm
Jules.
saying. Like,
Sweetness
she's
of
the
love.
most perfect roommate.
I know.
I've never.
Was she living next door to Breaks? Was that when she was living there?
No, it was before that. She was still at her parents' house in Palm Coast. So she was looking for a place in Flagler.
Gosh.
And then because I told her, I was like, I mean, I'm looking into land for a 1-bedroom because it's so cheap there. I was like, gonna do the commute. I was ready. And then she was like, what about Flagler? I'm like, I can't afford that.
I know, right?
You know, like for a 1-bedroom, it was way too
Even
much.
then.
Yeah.
It's always been.
Yeah. So
Wow.
she was like, let's look for a 2-bedroom. Like, it's gonna be so much cheaper. I'm like, heck
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was so crazy because before I'd gotten out of that relationship, I wasn't even like allowed to like go to dinner with my friends. Like I couldn't do anything.
Because of grumpy pants?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was so crazy when I moved here. Like first night I moved here, I ended up at Waltz. You know, and it was just
the best way to break your Flagler chair. You just come on down to
Waltz. Baines. It was Baines.
Man, I haven't heard the Baines in a minute.
We probably went to Breakaways for dinner that night, I'm sure.
100%.
And then we ended up going to Baines and then Waltz.
You know what's funny though, looking back on it, I never ran into you in your very first, like it was like,
which is so crazy
yeah,
to me.
like I was
there all the time.
I must have, but even then, it's funny. I'm like known as the dude that's out every night, but it's usually my Wednesdays.
Yeah.
And I'm not out like super, super late. And if I am, it's like those rare ones where it's like a super crazy Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I probably was always, I'd be out probably at Baines
Mm-hmm.
at a weird time, like 1 or 2 on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'm probably leaving and you're coming in.
Oh yeah.
Probably. Because Baines was always
100%.
my starting of the Wednesday. I'd go there and I loved their
Mhm.
cocktails, and like Laura would be working or
Yeah.
something. And it was just like my way to start the day. And no one was ever in. I was like by myself.
Yeah. I didn't go there much during the day. I did a couple times, but I was working nights at the salon. So I wasn't even able to get there till like 9:30.
So you're there, and now everything at that point just feels, for me, a whirlwind of just greatness, because you became, for those that probably meet you now, they're probably like, yo, this girl owns Flagler. Like in a good way, we're so loved.
I like meet people and they're like, oh my gosh, like you're Babe, oh, you're Stephanie, like blah, 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 like Julia's roommate, whatever.
Right.
So many people thought I was a local.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were like, oh, you're not even from, I was like, I'm not from Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Like I moved,
So when you're calling your homies, because I know you're highly loved, and you still have a friend base back home, and I got to meet your bestie the other day.
Yeah.
When you're telling these people, you're relaying the information back home in these moments.
Mm-hmm.
Are people like, is it believable? Is it like, they expected no less because it's you?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what was the response?
Well, it's so funny because like there's so many people that like think of me from like when I was in Oregon. I'm not who I am now.
Can we talk about that?
I mean, yeah, we totally can.
When you say that, I feel like I love you. I'm going to say that 100 times during the show. So for those that are listening, don't care. I love her. We say so much without saying a lot of shit.
Yeah.
We always have.
Uh-huh.
And I've never like really stopped you and been like, what'd you mean? Like, did you kill someone out there, bro? Like, but I feel like I could just feel there was a discord. There was something, which is normal. It's a normal, because once again, you're not 63 in my opinion. And I can't stand when people equate life to like an age and like, well, it's expected. But you were going through a massive metamorphosis at that age. You were becoming like, you wanting to fly, you want to get out of your normal town. And as a caveat, I've never been to your land, but I do know that demographically, it was starting to get very drug scene-y, very like from what you told me and what I see online.
Yeah, it's a lot worse than now.
Getting bad.
I'm glad I'm out of it now. Like, I don't know where I'd be now if
so who was Stephanie Swift 1.0?
Ooh, Stephanie Swift 1.0.
If I check every once in a while, don't mind me. I'm just like, we get kicked off a lot if you say so.
Yeah,
we're good.
Good. I mean, I was a cheerleader for 12 years.
This part.
I was a cheerleader my entire life. Like,
so you're atypical, stereotypical, like hoorah, hoorah.
Like, yeah.
Cheerleading.
Football games, basketball games, even some volleyball games I was cheering for.
Were you the cool, like you were the popular?
I was not.
Really?
Like, don't get me wrong. I feel like at my schools I was at, even because I started cheerleading when I was in 3rd grade. So like in elementary school, I noticed it was like so taboo. Like people would make fun of me all the time for being a cheerleader. But then I got to middle school and there was like more people, so it was a little different. Middle school is still the worst years of my life. But high school was a little weird for me.
Okay.
Because I think I had started realizing not that I didn't care about what people thought about me, because I mean, I can say that a million times a day.
We all do.
And yeah.
We all do.
But I think I just started realizing I wasn't like my friend group.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Because I had the same friends most growing up. And when I got to high school, like we all kind of like separated, and we all like, that was when like all the cliques started. And that's when I feel like that was like my first experiences with like these major cliques, which was really weird for me because like, yeah, I was a cheerleader. Right. Like I was still part of all of that. Like we would still hang out, whatever. My brother was on the cheer team with me though.
Get out of town.
He was way cooler than I was. Like way more.
He's
one
of those dudes throwing you girls around. He's like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I got you.
We had a full cheer team. Like we had like.
Did you guys have one major high school, or did you have multiple high schools in the area?
We had multiple high schools in the area, but like in our like smaller community, there was 2 main high schools, and ours was the better one. If that makes sense.
Like that you were okay. So
like ours was the bigger one. It was like better or whatever.
Right.
Like our sports teams were better, stuff like that. So it got really weird. I think because I've noticed that my brother just, not that he was more popular than I was, because like that wasn't it. I just had different friends. And I noticed being a cheerleader, I was expected to do certain things that I wouldn't do. Like, because that's just not who I was.
Right.
And then I started seeing all these like little spiteful things that happened. Like, oh my gosh, it was crazy. I will never forget this because like it was a huge ordeal, and I almost quit cheerleading for the rest of my life. My freshman year of high school, like not in the summertime, we were at cheer camp. This girl, like was taking pictures, and she was like sending them to people saying it was me, like pictures. And obviously my cheer coach had to talk to me about it, and there was this whole thing, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, like I don't know.
Not me.
And it was such a different time now. Like you couldn't even like my cheer coach was a guy. Like you can't do that now. Right. But at the time it was like this crazy thing. And then after that, just like little things like that kept happening. Like it was like girls would be like, oh, like so-and-so did this, or like so-and-so said this to that person. And I mean, I'm like I am now in that sense where it's like, okay, like they said that, but like cool. So
you started to come into because you have such a swag about you.
And I think I just started.
Did you have that swag then, or you were more conforming to like?
I think I was a chameleon when I was in school. Like whichever friends I was around at that time, there was definitely friends that I had that I was 100% my true self around. But I feel like I kind of just like morphed into whoever I was around. I'm super impressionable.
When did you start to? So like, I think all this is all pretty normal for a high school stint, but what did you like come by the time you're a senior and you're moving into your post high school, did you have this swag? Did you have this?
I think my like sophomore, junior year, I started kind of realizing there wasn't any, like I loved cheerleading. I still do. To this day, I will go on ESPN and watch it. And being in Daytona, I still like my little like middle school self is like, oh my gosh, I'm at Worlds, because like that's a huge thing in Oregon is to come to Daytona.
Wow.
So like, I was super.
You're talking about the competition that goes to Daytona.
Yeah, it's like this. It's a huge thing, even on the West Coast. Like we all know about it.
Wow.
So like I still get like those like little moments where I'm like, oh my God, like that's so cool. But I think I either realized I wasn't going to go to college because I wanted to do hair my entire life. Like there was nothing else I ever wanted to do except for like the times when like my family was telling me, oh, you need to go to college. Like you need to get a degree. Hair isn't a real job type thing. It's not a steady income. So I was like, okay, you tell me I can't do it. So like, obviously I love doing it, Right. But I think I just kind of realized I didn't need cheerleading to go on in my life.
To define you.
Yeah, I didn't need it. And which was great because I saw where my brother was going with it. He got scholarships. Wow. He went to U of O. He ended up, I'm pretty sure he was like the captain one year on the cheer team. He was great. And that's where he thrived though. I wasn't thriving there. Like I was like a dirty snowboarder.
Yeah.
Like that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to like go do hair in Portland, and I wanted to like snowboard and like.
How far were you from Portland into your like where you were?
Where I'm from, it was like 2 hours away.
Okay, so close, but yet like from us to Orlando, it's obnoxiously far. I see. So you're not like there every weekend.
It's like Flagler to Orlando.
Okay.
Like same highway, annoying, stupid.
Right.
Yeah. But I think my senior year when I broke my foot was like.
Oh yeah, the boo boo.
Oh yeah, I got a.
Down.
Bad. It was like.
Did you get hurt in the midst of doing it?
So.
So what had happened?
So what had happened was
this girl.
I was suspended from cheerleading because I threw a party at my house my senior year. Cops came, it was horrible.
Best kind of party though.
It was a great party. But I broke my foot the week I got back after suspension. It was the week I got back. It was a Halloween game. It was a football game. It's probably like a year, like years ago, almost to the day.
Yeah.
But I Game hadn't even started yet. And there was like this little ledge in true Stephanie fashion. She wasn't doing anything cool.
What's your alter ego drunken name? Patricia.
So
Patricia, you didn't know probably her then, but she was being formulated.
Patty was definitely around. Patty is like on the way
junior
to
Patricia. Oh,
Patty's like in between. We're like, all right, I'm like not sober anymore, but I'm not. I'm gonna remember.
Patty's waltzing around.
Yeah. Well, it's not even Patty because like I was sober. I was in high school at a football game.
Oh, just the clumsy.
Yeah, I just missed a step, and I was in a baseball uniform because it was Halloween. So I just had Vans on. If I had my like legit cheerleading shoes on, I probably would have been fine. But I had like measly little Vans and just rolled my entire foot. And then I was like, I tried to walk on it. I was like, I'm good. Like, I just got back. Like,
I'm gonna do this.
And I didn't. I was in a boot. You didn't even
cheer that night?
I couldn't even walk. It was so bad. I ended up, I sprained my ankle and tore like a couple ligaments like in my foot or something.
Damn.
Yeah, it was bad.
That's a big injury.
Mm-hmm. And then like 2 years later, did the same thing.
Girl.
With the other foot. So I got arthritis. But moving to Florida was the best thing I could have done for it.
When you're post high school now, I'm still trying to get to this point because I find you to be one of the most comfortable. I know we all have our wobegons, but you seem to be so comfortable in your own skin. Mm-hmm. And you, once again, I keep using the cliche term as like swag, but you have such like character about you and the way you take care of yourself. I love it. I love you're comfortable, but yet sexy. It's the two things I think people are looking for in life. From out in public. And like I said, I know we all have our moments, but where does Stephanie 1.0 start to turn into this, like, I'm going to be me? Cause I'm obviously these tattoos are even a representation of moments that are your memories and things. When does Stephanie start to make these, like, I'm doing me and I'm not looking back? Like,
we're about to get pretty deep.
Girl, I don't know if you want, I want to, but
no, I don't mind talking about this. So my senior year, my grandmother got really sick. She started getting she had it before that, but I think we caught it my senior year. My grandma had Alzheimer's and dementia. So that I didn't know anything about it at the time. My mom and I were going to like classes, like they were like AA classes, but they were for families who are trying to deal with this, you know? I was planning on moving to Portland that summer, like right after I graduated high school. I was planning on moving. I ended up realizing my grandmother's health and well-being was way more important than anything else.
Wow.
My mom talked about it. I think my brother and my dad even talked about it. We were not going to put her in a home. We didn't want to do that because she had Alzheimer's, you know.
Shoot.
When you do that, like
you just didn't want to deal with that.
You
That's
know,
100% warranted.
So I was like, I'm going to take a year off for school. Like I'll wait a year to go to beauty school. We'll see what's going on about that time. And that year I was home. I mean, I still did a lot of stuff.
Was grandma living with you at the house?
I was living at my grandmother's house. So my mom and I had moved. Well, my brother and I had moved into my grandmother's house years prior. Okay. Because like my dad and my mom had lived in separate houses most of my life. Okay. So, which they lived 5 minutes away from each other, you know? Right. But so we were already all living there, and that's kind of how we saw what was happening before it happened. We started to see. So we like saw, but then after that, like I was already living there, you know, it was just so much easier. And she didn't know who I was, but she never forgot who I was. She knew I was always a good person in her life, you know, whether she knew I was Stephanie or whether she thought I was the gardener that comes once a week, you know? Right. So I think seeing that and like seeing all of the friends that I had in high school and like all of these like party friends, all of these people that like were in my life just disappeared. Right. Because I wasn't doing any of that. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong. Like I was still doing some stupid stuff, but I was focusing on that mainly, and because and I also had to kind of like start saving money because I had to pay for beauty school a lot of it.
Right.
Because people in my life didn't really
Right.
believe that was a
Understood.
good job. So I think that was kind of like when I flipped. And then I met my roommate in Portland. Like my Portland roommate. We were going to the same
Are you
beauty
alluding
school.
to boyfriend, man?
No.
We have a roommate.
We were together though.
Okay.
He was my high school sweetheart.
Okay. So we're hitting him, but you have you acquire you move out.
Yeah, I ended up finding a roommate through beauty school. I did orientation, did all that, and she was like, "Do you want some emails of other girls looking for a place to live?" And I'm like, "Heck yeah!" Yeah. And I met Zara.
That's her name? Whoever you are, Zara, I love you. It's a beautiful name.
Oh my gosh, you would love
ZARRA.
ZARA. Yeah,
I love it. What was her thing? What was
oh my gosh, she is the reason I'm a witch today.
She just gave you her Zara skills.
She was the Portland roommate, man.
She's still. Where is she? I know we're going on.
She's in Portland.
Will I ever meet the Zara?
I hope so. Zara. I still go. We've been talking about it. We've been talking about it a little bit. I actually just talked to my other old roommate from Portland. Her and her boyfriend.
Zara first. I like Zara. I'm in love.
Well, me, Zara, and Riley were a package deal.
That's the tribe. Okay.
The tribe.
Let's not lose focus. Sorry, Zara. It's not about you. Moving on. Now you move in with Zara Land.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
I feel like this is it. This is where you start.
This is where I really started transforming into who I wanted to be, and I stopped realizing
I'm not doing the scene anymore.
Yeah, I want to be a witch. Let me just charge my crystals.
Where's my broom?
I
love it. Okay, so now it's happened. I can taste it now. There she is.
That's where it started. Definitely moving to Portland.
So we're moved in with Zara. We're still a boy.
We're still with high school sweetheart. Yeah.
Does Zara like him at that moment?
Everybody was like, "What are you doing?"
Okay, we're not gonna go any further than that. But I just for my own. That was my own. That's my own. That's my own notes. Just so I know. Now you're there. How long does this friend? How did the roommate situation with Zara? How long is this?
Oh,
is this 6 months? Is this a year?
We lived together consistently for probably 2 years.
Get out of town.
Then it was probably a year and a half.
Still, that's a chunk.
It was a year and a half. And then we kind of took a few month break. She tried moving in with somebody else. Okay. Didn't work out. We all ended up moving in with Riley.
Okay.
But she was practically living with us before that, anyways. Her and Karen.
You guys you on a bed instead of the couch and just.
We had a futon in the living room.
Those are the best.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I had a nice futon. It was one of those ones that had springs in it and cool, a cooling thing. Oh wow,
nice. A cooling thing.
It was it had the Tempur-Pedic inside of the futon with the cooling Tempur-Pedic.
Zara's or Riley's I'm good right here.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Yeah.
So now we got the trifecta going on.
Mm-hmm.
The pack is forming.
Yeah.
You guys are just biting the shit out of teeth. Rules, no parents, no rules.
If we were living in Portland, oh my gosh. But
something starts itching.
Well, I get my first tattoo.
What is your first one? Oh, dibba-doo,
this.
Oh, the look was it?
That was Jack.
That's Jack.
That was Jack.
Now, for those that don't know the Babe, she is as guilty as charged as me. She is a lover of animals.
I love animals.
Gross a lot of love us.
Yeah.
They are. Nice. It's funny. Camille goes, she'll have Jolene with her. And I was like, you're right.
I didn't think I could bring
we expected her. We were a little upset that she's not. We actually put the show on for Jolene. For those that don't know who Jolene is, she is the star of the show.
I feel horrible. I should have brought
Never
her.
Have I ever met a brindled Chihuahua.
Well, have you ever met a pit bull Chihuahua?
I have. A very dear friend of mine has
one. There's this.
People don't. When you say that to people, one of my most favorite things about you is when people meet you for the first time. Because I see them love you like I love you, and I'm like, hey, get in line. You have your fast pass. You have your lightning. Do you have any idea?
Nobody's got no fast pass.
And then especially when you have Jolene, because quick little venting tangent is I've noticed that there's a lot of boys that use dogs as the angle, like, oh, badoo, scuba doo. And you're like, guy, come on. I know it's a dog. It's a dog. I love it too, but like,
Jolene. Everybody knows
the guy
Jolene.
that brings a dog. The guy that brings a dog, and that's his only angle. There's no other angle. It's not even his dog. It's his sister's, mother's, cousin's dog.
It's so disappointing to me when that happens because I'm sorry. Like if I see an attractive man with a dog, I'm like, oh, all right,
marrying you.
Yeah,
write me out.
Yeah, but then if they like just talk about that,
I know. I've noticed because we're in a vacation area. A lot of the people they bring and it's funny because I do the love of the dog. But when I know it's like a dude using it as like a vessel for things, I'm like, and you could tell they don't even really like the dog. They're like,
oh my gosh. So
don't say names.
There's no names to say.
All right.
I've been living in St. Augustine, like officially.
I didn't know if you were going to announce
like the last
the breakup of.
We're not going to talk about that. But
they left us to die.
I'm 30 minutes down the road.
It's a lifetime.
I know. It's
people are right now unsubscribing. They're like, I knew it. I knew it. Do people know that you left yet? Like
I think most people do.
Because I mean, even you leaving breaks was like not going to breaks anymore.
So many people got so mad at me.
You know what I love though? I know we're jumping around, but sorry guys. You can still go there if like you still pick up a shift here and there. That's what I love about you. That's
I told them if I'm available, they need me.
I'll come in. I'll do a little scuba to scoop. But yeah, you left us and you're in the St. Augustine.
I am.
Are you happy out there?
Oh my gosh. Shows? I'm not gonna lie. The first like 2 nights I stayed there, which was very recent.
Like yesterday.
Literally like 2 days ago.
Right.
The first night I was like a little nervy because my roommate's not there yet. She's not moving in until this weekend. Okay. So I'm just like
do I know roommate, or is this like a straight?
You should know her. Karen. She's Bree's friend.
I never got to meet her. Pretty blonde or something like that.
No.
Bree had told me she had like a pretty girlfriend of hers. Maybe I just threw blonde in. I don't know. She said she had a pretty girlfriend and wanted me to meet, et cetera, et cetera.
I thought we did meet her.
Did I?
We did. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I think we did meet her. But no, I'm sure. I don't know if you've ever met her, but you will soon.
So she's not in, but you're gonna be with her.
Yeah.
Still great.
And oh my gosh,
but you're
amazing.
Comfortable. I feel like you're comfortable.
I am so comfortable. Like I've noticed the last few days, I feel a little lonely.
It's okay.
Just because my roommate's not in there yet.
Right.
So I'm like, and I'm like texting like Alex from Breakaways or something like, I miss you guys. Like, I'm sad.
Right.
Or like, and Amaya came over the other day. Oh my gosh. And I think I didn't realize.
In the world.
I think like that's my hardest thing right now. Like, I love being in St. Augustine. I mean, how long have I been wanting to move there?
Long time.
Like, since you've known me.
Yep.
You know, so like I finally did it. I'm happy. I got Jolene her backyard. She's always
Jolene
deserved.
Got a yard now?
She has a backyard.
How's she doing? Because you kept making fun of her plumpiness. She okay?
Oh, she's still plump. She's fat and happy. Well, let me tell you.
She'll lean out.
Listen.
With that yard, she'll be doing some laps.
Today is the day Jolene officially moves in. She's been here with my old roommate.
Yeah.
I let my roommate keep her for the weekend because she needed.
So this was her finale.
This was like her like last hurrah.
Going away party.
Yeah.
Eating cinnamon buns for breakfast.
Biscuits and gravy, the whole shebang.
Jolene's gonna be like, "Yo, Ma, you go.
Yeah.
I'll stay here.
Like, hold down the fort. Like
mow the backyard when I come."
I don't think she has even noticed I've been gone. Like, if you want my honest opinion.
You blame her?
No. I would be excited.
I always joke around with Camille about like if someone came to rob my house because they got 2 black dogs, and I'm like, they're going to lick you. And if you just have rob a house with peanut butter, you're good. It
sounds scary before True. As long as they're like scared and don't even try, you know.
Oh, by the way, I just thought about something. The firemen came to my house today. I forgot I don't know what that was about. I just thought about that because I have that little thing. Do you have one of those? I suggest everyone have those.
What?
I don't sell them or anything. I'm not making any money. But see,
The
it says
pet alert?
pet alert. So there, you put this sticker near around the front door, and it says that there are animals in here. So in the event something was happening to the house,
Yeah.
that people would
That would
know,
be so
like,
cool.
oh shit, there's animals, and someone would.
I should get that.
Get it.
Because my roommate's got a dog too.
Are they gonna get? Well, Jolene gets along with everybody.
Yeah,
what does she got?
and they've already met. They're cool.
What does she got?
She's got a little Yorkie.
Oh, they're small.
They're like
dogs.
the same size.
Yorkies have
Perfect.
horrible teeth. Poor Yorkies. I grew up with some Yorkies in my family.
They do.
They always get bad teeth. Those poor things.
They do.
And they're usually.
And if they don't, you gotta like take them. You gotta get their teeth cleaned like once a year.
They're precious little creatures, though. They think that they're like big dinosaurs.
Oh yeah.
They think they're like, and like your little.
Well, and
Yorkie
Chihuahuas
man.
are the same way.
Yes,
I think because Jolene has big dog in her, she is so aware of how small she is.
But she she's like an extension. She's really, truly like a child of yours.
Oh,
Jolene.
100%.
I think more people probably love Jolene than you.
I know, and I feel really bad because there's some like days when I'm like talking to like a coworker about their child or something, and I'll be like, "Oh man, Jolene does that."
How did you come up with the name Jolene?
Funny story,
Here we
actually.
Go.
Her name was Janis Joplin. Her name was Janis Joplin.
When did we acquire Jolene?
So
were we in Portland?
No, actually, I had another dog when I first moved up here. I had Jack.
Jack, that's what I said.
Yeah. So I had him, and then when he passed away, I was not.
And that's Jack's foot.
That's his foot. That's his actual foot. Like
that's where we left off, by the way. I love it. Jack's foot is on your foot.
Yeah, I got it done in a kitchen in Portland.
First tattoo,
kitchen, not sober. No parents, no rules. No
parents, no rules.
Like I think I was 18.
Riley and Zara are like.
Oh yeah.
Had they gotten tattoos yet?
Me and Zara actually got it together. She got her 2 cat paws.
What did you guys like find a friend that had a thing? He like brought.
This guy that she was talking to
had a kid.
It was like 2 weeks. 2 weeks after we moved to Portland, she already had a boyfriend already.
Were these free tattoos? Because he's hanging out with pretty women, so it's like I'll tattoo you.
I think it was like I gave him $20.
It's free, basically. Here's for the ink. Thank you.
Here, thank you.
So you're like foot's
little. It was
like
his friend. It was just like one of our friends' friends.
I love it. So you're getting this room for Jack.
Yep.
And now, how long? What was Jack? What was he?
Jack was a little Chihuahua.
Oh, you and these Chihuahuas, you love these Chihuahuas.
I
grew up with a Chihuahua.
I hated small dogs my entire life.
Yeah.
I grew up with pit bulls. My dad always had pit bulls. My mom.
Did Jack find you, or did you find Jack?
I would like to think fate brought us together because we hated each other. We absolutely hated each other.
Tell me about this hate. What are you talking about?
Like, I went to go see him because I was moving to Portland.
Okay.
And I wanted to get an animal. I was thinking a cat, but my brother was like, "Hey, so and so is getting rid of his dog. Do you want to go check it out?" And I was like, "Sure, why not?"
This little shit Chihuahua.
Like whatever. I hate
How old was
dogs.
Jack at the time?
So I thought he was like 4.5 at the time. I found out he was like 6.
Oh, he was not elderly, but he was
getting up there.
He was an adult.
He was an adult for sure. And first thing he did when he saw me was snarl his 4 teeth he still had because he only had 4 teeth.
He was like, "Yo, you ain't taking me, girl."
And he was like gumming me to death. He was like, if he had teeth, he was like going for the kill. He would have gone for the
He
throat.
knew what was happening.
He knew exactly what
why
was
was his
happening.
parents abandoning him?
Because they were horrible people. They gave me a cardboard box with like some fabric in it, some kibbles and bits. And then as I was like looking at him because his hair was like falling out, he was disgusting.
Oh, he was like mad.
He was disgusting.
Poor Jack.
He was an outside dog in Eugene, Oregon for
That's
like
horrible.
4.5 years.
Enough. Don't even get me going. I lose my marbles.
So as much as I hated that dog, I'm like, I can't leave you here.
Now you have to.
I have to take you.
Come on, Jack.
Like, come on.
Let's go.
As he's like biting my neck. I'm like carrying him out.
My best friend.
It took him.
Was he black? Why am I thinking he's black?
I don't know.
Was he black, Jack? Was he black?
No.
Oh,
no.
I don't know. You just make up your own story and see little black Jack. What color was he?
No, he was just like normal tan.
Like a normal. Okay. So here he is. He's very disgruntled.
Yeah.
He's been through a lot.
And
he has no hope in you at this point.
No, because how could you?
How could you? So now Jack's coming. Are you moving in the same
No. So I got him in like October. And
Everything's
I moved.
October for you.
I love the month of October.
This is your
It's
month.
my favorite month always.
Ski-boo downs.
Gosh, I thrive in this month.
I could tell.
I love it.
This
I
is
love
great
it.
that it's this. This is
I
when
know.
I bring the show
I know,
back.
It's so perfect.
So you got Jack and you're moving to Portland?
So I'm not moving to Portland yet. I'm moving to Portland in probably like 4 months.
Okay.
And so it was great because Jack and my grandmother, they loved each other. They absolutely loved each other.
I could already feel Jack loving on her. It's like, you guys go. This
like,
is and grandma's in full.
Yeah. And wow. I really do think he helped her out.
Of course.
Like, I really think
therapeutically.
And it was so great because when she would do something that like bothered him and he would like try to attack her, she didn't know. She would just keep petting him as he's like, eating
her ears. She's like, I love a Jack.
She's like, I love this. Keep going. You know?
I love it.
Yeah, it was so awesome. But it took him probably 3 months to warm up to me. Oh. I had 2 beds in my room and he slept on the other bed. like far.
Let me see grandma in the morning. I'm going to bed. You stay over there.
Yeah, like don't come near me.
He had his little thing.
But then he started realizing, hey,
all right, you love me.
She's feeding me.
And she loves me deep down.
Yeah. Like.
And that's your first own pet.
So technically, no. I had Chomper, my pit bull.
Yeah, but when you were living on your own, that was
was my first like on my own dog.
We all grew up. Most of us.
Yeah, but I understand there was like a family. We had a family dog, but we also had Chomper, which was my dog.
Your dog.
Yeah.
But he still lived with
my dad.
Yeah.
But still.
Chomper's very special.
Yes.
But this was your first baby. This is your baby.
This was mine.
There's something different how those hit.
It's 100%
like
different.
Now that I got mine, like, sorry, Chance, but Chewy and me are
I get it.
It's weird.
It's really weird.
You know what's really weird is that I'm so half glass full. It's like it's happening. It's happening. Camille gets so mad. I don't say like he's gonna die, but I'm like it's like I try to really relish.
Mm-hmm.
Like even today, he knows when the show's getting set up.
Yeah.
Camille blames it on being me. I think I'm like him. Like he's so high maintenance and so. He sees the show getting set up and the pouting and he gets so like, and he loves me, but he's definitely more, Camille spoils him rotten.
Yeah.
I don't spoil him rotten. So of course, when Camille's here, he'll be like, Dad, I'll be right with you. Like when she's gone, I'll be with you. But right now, because she doesn't even know it. She's so programmed that you've seen what he does with the toy. She won't even know it, but she'll like be putting together like a 10-course meal and keep throwing the thing in the interim. And I'm like, how are you? What
a woman.
Oh,
oh my gosh.
She's different.
Wow.
She's different.
Yeah.
But Chewy knows like he ain't going to do that. Yeah. I'm like, I joke around about paying your rent. Like I need my love. So I'm like, Chewy, come on. I guarantee you they're right at the door right now. And
they hear you.
When he comes out, I'm like, give me my rent, pay. And I want those snuggles. But here's Jack starting to finally realize that you love him.
I love him.
How long did we have Jack before he went to doggy heaven? Because getting a tattoo of Jack you don't have one of Smuggles. What's his name?
Yeah, I do.
No,
Jolene. No. Oh, Chomper.
That's what I said.
Yeah, no, I don't have Chomper yet.
So
but
Chomper,
I have one ready for him.
Okay, but I'm just saying Jack.
But yes.
Jack hit.
Jack was.
How long did we have Jack before?
He was like 13 when he passed away.
Good life.
Man, he was on his deathbed since I got him, and he like just surpassed every vet that told me he would like
it funny when
just keep him comfortable, you know. And I'm like, 10 years later, all right, you're still here, dude.
You're still alive, Jack. I have a friend of mine that has a cat that's probably 100 years old, and it's still going. And they take care of it though. They don't like leave them in a corner.
Yeah.
They're like hand feeding them. They're
That's why I was with Jack. And Jack was like Jolene too. Like he was going everywhere with me. Yeah. I would sneak him into beauty school.
I love it.
He would just go in my like little kit with me. Just take him in with me.
So this is where Jack starts to get he's part of you.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So when Jack, now that we're like, You never overlap dogs though, right? You've never had two at the same time.
I've never had two of my own at the same time. No.
I don't recommend it.
You know what?
It's a lot.
I was really, really looking at getting Jolene animal.
Yeah. Hamster.
But I was thinking, I thought about hamster.
Goldfish.
I thought about guinea pig.
I don't, you see, you are you have such a beautiful freedom about you with Jolene.
Yeah.
I don't recommend the two.
Well, she's got a roommate now.
Oh, she has
she's got the roommate dog.
Is it a boy or a girl?
It's a girl.
And she's a girl.
She's a girl. She likes girls. She
does.
100%.
Did I feel, I don't want to gloat, but I feel like I have this beautiful way of like loving on dogs. It's like kids.
Okay, do you want to know why Jolene loves you so much? She is, okay, you know how like people say their dog is like a reflection of you? Jolene is me to a T.
True.
100%.
100%. I give you that.
And you ignore her.
I do.
I
love her.
You love her, but you love her from a distance.
Mm-hmm.
And you also don't give her all of the love that she thinks she needs. Mm-hmm. But because of that, she loves you and she like needs your attention.
I know. I remember when you first brought her over and meeting her for the first time, I wasn't going to use the dog as like a way to love on you more. I'm being like, hello, little Jolene. And she was like, well, hello.
And you won't follow her
and
on
I loved
Instagram?
Her. Nope, not yet. We're not there yet. I loved on her. And I remember in the beginning, she was very like,
yeah.
And one Saturday cartoon after another, one Saturday morning cartoon. And I'll never forget. It was probably like the third or fourth time she had been over here, spread over a few months. She left. You had to go like pee potty or something. Mm-hmm. And she was kind of like she was kind of like, I said, you want it? It's cold over there. You want, and you like, I think you like came out and she was like right here on me. And you're like, you dirty little whore.
Yeah.
I knew it. You were going to. And since that day, even I noticed just typical animal love. If like right now, I know she would give me a little shoulder coldness. 100%. It's warranted. I haven't seen her. She wouldn't just come. But
she's a little subconscious because I keep reminding her how fat she is too. And I know I need to stop doing that. I know. You know when people call my dog fat, I get not fat. They use it's like family. They're like, oh, he seems to be getting. I'm like, listen, he can hear that. Don't say that. I know it's so emotional. Bad, but it happens so fast and it's so much. She got, you know what it is? She filled in. She's lovely. What do they call like she's got those like lovely. She's like lovely. I don't know what to be sexy about it, but she got some. She filled in. She got the love handles. She had a little shake to her. For now, she's kind of got a little. She's got her winter coat on. She gets cold. You know, Chewy got hurt a while back, and then when someone comes over that hasn't seen him in a while, like a family member or something, they'll be like, I'm like, hey, he's going through an injury. You know, like, don't talk about my. I know I'm so bad, and I know I'm the worst. I know I'm like the person who like reminds her the most. She's beautiful. I know she is. We just literally went on a beautiful dog. See how gorgeous? See how? I mean, if we're gonna go on a tangent, how old's Jolene? 2.5. Oh, she's a baby. Christmas Eve, she will be 3. For real? For real? Do you know her birthday? Because we made ours Christmas up. Eve. Good for you. You actually know. Mm-hmm. We think we know. Chewy's original name is Ralphie. Rescued him. Camille thinks she knows the actual birthday of him, but you never really know. Mm-hmm. Jack had a fake birthday. Yeah, you October 19th. Of course. Oh my gosh, that was yesterday. Yeah. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Jack. Oh, today is one of my bestie's birthday. You know those birthdays that you remember without having to remember? Yeah. Like those October 20th is my buddy, a very dear friend of mine's birthday. Like I wake up and I like the first thing. Happy birthday, dear friend. Yeah. I've actually been branded as kind of like the birthday, like a secret birthday lover, man. I know a lot of people's birthdays. That's fine. I don't know them by heart. I have them on my calendar. Okay. Scott's one of the ones I know. I don't know yours by heart. I don't. But I know I have it in my calendar. Like have we ever like played on my birthday before? Have you ever been part of my birthday shenanigans? When is your birthday? June 12th. Have we not misbehaved? I feel like we make your birthday. Like today is your birthday. Oh no, we totally this last year we did. We did. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it was like on my actual birthday, but we definitely did some stuff for it. I don't remember June. I recall immediately. It's summer, so it had to been hot. My actual birthday you ditched me, but it's okay. I knew you were going to.
I remember now.
We were in St. Augustine.
Yeah, I
It
took
was
you.
like me, Brian, Diana.
Didn't I take you guys all out for the thing?
It was like Alex. No, I don't think you were there.
I did a St. Augustine trip though with you. That was
after. It was
true.
so much fun.
I'm trying to get some merit.
I can't wait till we.
I gotta
play in St.
I gotta
Augustine.
come see and break the house in.
Yeah, I'm only 5 minutes from downtown.
Downtown being St. George Street, because even
I'm,
Camille
like,
went
right
down
off King
to
Street.
like near Oddbirds and all that. That's like the new. You know this.
I
I'm preaching
love
the
that.
choir. That was my first time being with you.
I love it there.
You know this, but
I absolutely love it there.
it's great.
Mm-hmm.
I really
the
enjoy
vibe
it.
there is amazing.
It's great. I really enjoy it. I have to say, and I can't wait for us to have something like that in Flagler.
Well, what's up with the dog bar?
I know. I got it all.
I want a job
come to the right
there.
place for the information.
I want a job there.
You want to know what's up?
Yeah.
All right. So the dog bar is owned by a
Is it like
really
the franchise type thing?
negative.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
It's own
So
thing.
that why people are thinking that is the concept is around a lot of places, and there is one in St. Pete that is amazing. Have you ever been?
It's like a wine and beer.
Listen,
with like
I'm gonna
dog
tell you something right
park.
now. If you've never been to the one in St. Pete,
I've never been.
You
to St.
won't
Pete.
leave.
I've never been to St. Pete.
You've been to Disney?
I've been to Disney.
It's
Once.
Disney for dogs.
Shut up.
Promise. So we walking by one day, Camille and I, and we're walking by. I'm talking about like, when there's like inanimate objects that are just big for like big things. Like you just what is going on? It must be something for me to see or something. We're just aimlessly walking around, and it's this dog bar, and I'm thinking
they have them on the West Coast.
Unbelievable. It's
incredible. The idea of it is insane.
And the people that run this one in St. Pete, it's a beautiful concept. You pay a membership.
Okay.
So you bring your dog. If you're a dog owner and you want your dog to go, there is a vetting process because it's a big liability.
Of course, yeah.
But you fill out all this paperwork because I like talk with me. I was there and I'm like, I have to. Not that I wanted to do it, but I'm like, I'm in love. I'm like, I'm happier than the dogs. So I met the owner and he's telling me how he ran it as far as like how, because I was more concerned about the liability factor.
Absolutely.
And how do you do this? So what he does is you sign up. There's kind of like an application process. Dogs are cleared, and it's very, very smart.
As a dog owner, that
100%
makes you so comfortable.
Have to.
Yeah.
So he's got this huge vetting process. If you want to bring your dog, the coolest thing about it is if you're a patron, you could just go. How dope is that? Wow. And then you're like, to me, it's better than Disney because it's
that's
a
like
whimsical.
My Disney. I don't want to go to Disney.
Amazing, right?
Why would I want to do that?
The place is so dope. There's like a pool. There's like things the dogs are running through. I mean, the dogs are having a blast.
So I used to work at Pet Paradise.
Did you?
I
really?
wonder
I never
if
knew that.
That was before I moved to Flagler. That was
but that's a franchise-ish. Where was this?
The one in Benell.
You were working.
I worked at the one in Benell.
That is like a little mini thing.
Yeah, that's what I pictured in my head because they have a little dog pool.
It's better than that.
It's got to be.
This one in St. Pete is like.
It's in St. Pete. I mean, I was working in Benell.
And the cool thing is it's like you walk in and there's all these gates you have to go through so that there's like no escape possible.
That's amazing. And that separates the dogs too, which is amazing.
Yeah, they got like big areas, small area.
Yeah.
But here's what's also dope. I'm going to use the, that grilled cheese place you brought me to?
Yes, Bez.
That concept of like really good food, that's exactly what they're doing too. They don't skimp on that end.
Yeah.
You get the beer selection, the food, like it's amazing.
My gosh.
So now we're walking in and I'm not even paying attention at first. I'm like, look at that. Like you're seeing every breed of dog is there.
Yeah.
So cool.
Oh my gosh. It's like a dog country club.
Not to sound biased, but who are the most amazing people in the world? Are those that really love their dogs like that much? Because we're weird.
Yeah.
You're meeting the dopest people.
That's how I would find a husband.
You're 100%. Listen, for those that are single out there right now, go to a dog bar.
Yeah.
You're finding a significant
even if
other,
you don't have a dog.
Don't matter.
Like just go.
Camille and I felt we must have asked like we're allowed to be here because we felt so like we brought nothing to this party. It's like going to I've never been, but like going to a swingers party, probably be like, oh, I'm just gonna watch because that's I felt so guilty where I'm like. People were like, "Oh, which one's yours?" And I'm like, "None."
We just like to watch.
Just here. And it's the best experience because then Dogs know.
There's no way
Dogs know
that
too. You ever
guys
notice?
are not the only two people that do that.
No, it was a big establishment,
Yeah.
and there was, but a lot of people. Look, I feel like dogs are like kids. Dogs know when you're a shitty person. They like know.
Yeah, they do.
I remember this happens to me a lot, and I'm very grateful, and I love.
Jolie's like me though. She's got a weird judge of character.
No, that's okay. Look at how she did with me. I don't want when someone says to me.
But there's also people that she loves that I'm like.
Well, listen.
But that's also me. I got a bad judge.
Enemies close, girl. Jolene.
Oh, I wonder if that's what she was doing. She's like, Mom, you gotta watch these people. I got
here,
you.
Ma. Let me go over there for a second, Ma. Let me.
Did we have
Jolene when we went to St. Augustine and went to the Fancy Pants place? No, we didn't.
When we went to Oddbirds?
No. Oh, we went to Oddbirds that same night when we went next to the place next to the grind.
Oh, no.
Okay, I was wondering, like, did we get her in there?
That was not St. Augustine. That was Ormond.
That's what I said.
Rose Villa.
I like that place.
I love that place. I feel like Kyle Abel is the one who told me about it.
I love Kyle
Abel. God, what a guy.
Where are you at, Kyle Abel?
Kyle Abel,
Camille
shout out.
loves Kyle Abel because he's one of those men. He's like an encyclopedia of life, but he only tells you if you ask. I love him. Kyle, I love you. He has two cool names. Kyle Abel.
Kyle Abel.
You can't even say. I feel like you have.
I can't just say one name.
No,
like I can't just say Kyle. I can't just say Abel.
There's probably a name in the dictionary that describes someone that has two cool names. You have to say Kyle Abel.
It's true. There's got to be a name for it. There's a name for everything.
I miss him.
I do too.
Where is he?
He actually just moved out of his place.
Don't blow him up too much because I'm sure he wants to keep his stuff private. But where, like, geographically, is he even in his room?
He's here. He's around. He'll still be around.
I love running into him. And he is a dog lover.
Oh my gosh, I know. And I've already told him because I have so much like areas for plants and stuff in my house. Like I have this huge wood planter box that I have so many ideas for. And I want to get some aloe vera plants. I want to get some stuff. The guy. And
Camille, he wanted Camille. He used to give her so much counsel on how to grow things. Mm-hmm. I used to tell him, I said, listen, it's dead. When he found out that Camille kills, what is it called? The stuff that grows without even trying. Aloe. He's like, no, it's impossible. I go, you haven't seen my aloe.
Oh, no. That surprises me.
It's not her fault, but she can't.
She's just on a green witch.
Can I blow her up? You want to know what she's on to right now? She took it away. She's making sea glass jewelry, brah.
I love that. I saw like all of the sea glass she keeps finding.
See that? Look in the corner of that window right there. See it? You see the booty she got?
Yeah.
That's worth its weight in gold right there.
That's a lot. I gotta go with her. She can see them. Dude, I can never find them. I be looking.
There is a girlfriend of mine that I had years and years ago. To this day, she could find shark. Like no matter where she goes, I don't see her that often anymore. But when we were growing up, I used to see her. We'd meet up. Shark teeth. And I've to this day, I've been out here my whole life. I have never found a shark's tooth.
Neither have I.
Ever.
And I can't wait till I'm like a St. Augustine local because I'm like, I got to find these like secret spots because I got clients that are telling me like, oh, like you're looking for this, like go to this part of the beach.
Hey, you may find like a cannonball or something. You're in the real.
I'm in like.
Damn.
Yeah.
You know, I always wanted to move to St. Augustine. I'm very proud of you. I love you so much.
Thank you so much.
I was a very big dream of mine, Camille and I, and we couldn't A, afford it. And B, it was like, I don't think you could be a Florida native and not have wanted to live near around St. Augustine at some point. It's like, it's gotta be.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
So I think you're gonna first of all, you will, as always, you will be highly loved and favored immediately, as if you're not already. You're already a fixture there. I do believe there's a few boys that do like it down there.
Just the one.
Just the one. And it's not going to be long until people are like, I wonder if the Babé will transpire and like transition from here to there. I guess I have to go.
You gotta go
and plant the Babé seed.
Yeah.
Feel like this is not Stephanie Swift. Is the Swift your real last name?
Hmm?
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
So talk about two cool names, Stephanie Swift. I will never address you that way.
Do you want to know something really funny?
What?
There was a girl I grew up with, like from elementary school, and I think she moved away in high school. Her name was Stephanie Quick.
That's kind of like, you
How
guys,
weird is
she
that?
still around in the globe?
She's somewhere. She was a year older than
Stephanie
me.
Quick.
She was my brother's
Neat
age.
Swift.
And then there was this other girl that was also my brother's age, and her name was Stephanie Henry. And my brother's name is Henry. Isn't that weird?
There's a lot of tribal
full
things
circle.
going on.
Yeah, weird.
Are you good if we keep? Do you want another sip? I notice it's.
I mean,
we'll do one because I have a couple more questions.
okay.
I'll
All right.
get it for you.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Look at hosting. I brought my scissors, by the way.
What do you think I should do?
I don't know. I feel like Camille wanted you to cut it. No?
I can't. There seems to be a large.
I say we just cut the duck
polite
butt off.
debate about this thing here.
I say we should cut the duck butt off because it's just a little duck butt. The duck butt, it just looks weird.
I'm torn because I seem to it's become part of me.
I absolutely love it.
It was awesome because I'm back to soccer.
Mm-hmm.
And I do say so. I'm playing A-okay for my own little self. I'll never be what I really want to be, but I'm doing great post injury. And you were there. Golly.
You know what? I kind of want to go to the game this Thursday.
Well, I'm playing competitively on Mondays now.
You're like legit playing.
Girl, I'm back.
Oh my gosh.
So I saw people I hadn't seen in a year and they're like, what? And I have my wobegones. I don't really, it's weird. I'm meeting new, and I went to like a funny little function yesterday, which was pretty cool. And I met people that I never met before, which I think is great. Mm-hmm. And I'm kind of branded as this guy that like thinks that I'm, they were nice to me, but they think that they think that I think that I'm so cool. Me. Come on.
Yeah.
I have a lot of my own insecurities, tons of them. So I didn't go into this group. I went just like this. This is what I got.
I mean, I've never seen you in anything.
No, easy peasy.
Yeah.
And it's legitimately, people they think I'm joking, but this is literally a girl's jacket. This is a Hanes girl's jacket from Amazon. I got 10 of them.
Those shorts are girls.
These are actually not the ones I just regrouped on. I had found someone was so nice and they knew my woebegone. I wear girl shorts. Yeah. People don't think I'm being serious with that, but like I legitimately wear girl shorts.
I think I have those.
100%. So it's hard to find shorts that are this short, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. So I had lost. I think I told you. You make me feel so sexy. I cannot believe that I'm so glad that you do that just because it makes me feel good. But like you take those photos. Remember that day when my bathing suit? It's gone.
That hat is gone. That picture was cursed. That hat's also gone that you were wearing in that picture. It's really just, it's like unsettling. I'm still upset and you still won't tell me what happened. And I'm like so upset about
those
that.
Shorts have been around the globe.
I believe that. And the fact that like I need closure because I don't even know what happened.
They're gone.
I know.
Maybe post show, but they're gone. And I'm not happy about it.
I'm not going to lie. I got emotional when you told me.
I wanted them to be free. They were part of me.
We have memories with those.
And think about it. They're like as old as like a dinosaur fossil. Those were so they're gone. So I went through I had to find. So I know. I find new shorts. Someone actually takes it upon themselves to know that I'm shortless and they find a pair. I'm thrilled. I buy tons of them. So I'll never have to buy another pair of shorts in my lifetime. Mm-hmm. If I live the duration that I think, which is, think about it, which is kind of morbid to say, but maybe 20, 30, if that's even if I have a long life, but I'm okay. I've bought enough of these shorts. So the funny thing is that those that get like the love to pick on me, which I love, you see it happen all the time. Yeah. What are you doing hanging out with this guy? I'm like, I love this guy. Like I immediately, now you get more love because you're so sad and disgruntled. They were like, dude, you're literally wearing the same thing. I'm like, yeah, I do have 10 of them. If
you came out in another outfit,
I know
community would be like, what the heck? Do you remember when you and Camille came to Breakaways, like dressed in all
Post
black?
wedding.
Oh my gosh, you guys looked so good. It was a whole thing. You guys just came in for a minute and left. Whole commotion. Chaos after
ensued.
that. Like, Chenzo's wearing pants. We didn't even know you owned pants, you know?
I do have one pair of pants.
Those, and wow, do those work.
You know what's really funny? Quick little fat story. When you because most of everything I wear is so loose fitting, and I'm not some lean, mean Ninja Turtle anymore. I know I can spare 5'10". Come on, I gotta live. When I put on my like stuff that has a button or something, I'm like,
you're like, what the heck?
What is going on with the atmosphere today?
Why do you think I wear high-waisted stuff? It's a lot more comfortable.
It's very disheartening. And then Camille has to remind me, she's like, babe, you look great. It's just you wear everything's elastic. And I'm like, you're right. Because I'm used to like being able to put, like, even this, I could fit you in here right now. We could come on in.
Absolutely.
But I'm used to that loose fit. The minute I put something on that like fits, I'm like,
constricting.
I cannot breathe and move in this. And then of course, like a minute or two goes by. But it is funny. Baby, you know what it is? I think, you see it online a lot, but that's what I love about you. You're comfortable. And listen, don't think for a second though. We still want to be sexy. 100%.
I got my moments.
For those that are out there that make fun of somebody ever, and it's so funny, a lot of people, they think they're witty about it, where you say demeaning things about people. It's shitty. Shut the fuck up. If you're one of those people that takes an opportunity to say that like someone's gained a few pounds, or if it's not uplifting, just shut your fucking mouth.
Yeah.
And it's, to me,
the point in that?
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
It's funny my life is super chill.
Yeah.
But it happens. You see it.
Mm-hmm.
You see how, and usually it's penis on penis. There's a lot of dudes out there that get so,
or even girl on girl. It's
girl on girl hate is tenfold
but
worse.
It's like same sex hate. I don't really notice a lot of people, like, there obviously is everywhere.
Correct.
Where this is still, we're all human.
Right.
But I feel like it happens a lot more like same sex.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
It's like, I've noticed, and you've heard me talk about this with you, the social dichotomy about what you see the boom boom. It's my neighbor.
I saw him driving. I was like,
it's my fave. That's why I'm going to have a very nice house in heaven. It's because this guy keeps me.
I believe it.
There's a reason why I haven't murdered anybody, and that's because I'm just
waiting.
But don't be a dick out there, people. It's so weird. And you know what's interesting?
It takes too much energy to do that. I got shit.
But it happens to you. I've noticed the guys that even I grew up with, they're not that many, but the guys that used to always get their dick hard on putting other people down, everything that they used to make fun of people for, especially if it was like habitual, it happened to them. It's funny. And now it's weird because I'm living in a town that I was single digits in.
Yeah.
Elementary school. And I'm still friends with all those that were good, bad, and indifferent to me.
Yeah.
Because you never owed me anything to begin with. I'm okay.
Yeah.
But they and it's not just the physical appearance. It's not like, oh, look at you now. But ugly people are fucking ugly inside, man.
Yeah. And it's so funny. And like, I've always like been a part of gossip. Right. Like
yeah, but can I stop you on that tangent again and reiterate my compliment to you before, which I've talked to Camille hundreds of times about with you?
What?
We're all guilty in the privacy of our own home or in the privacy of our own brain about talking shit about people. If you don't, you're lying.
Yeah.
I don't care who you. We're all human. It's tribal. It's what you do.
Yeah.
The way you do it in public, though, meaning you and I is public, even when you're here and you're sharing with me a woebegone, I'm telling you, it took me years to get to a place where I stopped using people's names in the midst of dismay. When I was completely warranted, I could have said, like, that guy stabbed me in my back, and I'm really sad about it. And I would say the name.
I mean, there's definitely some moments where, like,
you've never used a name.
Really?
I promise you.
I feel like there's like moments where
Not with me.
I slip up.
No,
and I can say
we all are guilty of sharing. Well, first of all, you've never put anybody down because of something even this diabolical where you're talking about somebody's situation that they can't help. Like his left arm is bigger than his right. Like that, you've never done that. Which there's those folk, which you got something coming to you. That's a whole. Those that pick on people because of a physical disability or an appearance, that's why you're miserable. But when you talk about somebody who did you dirty or wrong or left you standing at the bus stop by yourself, that's warranted. Where ultimately it's just a small tribe. But when you use a name, what I've learned, and this is nothing paramount for those that as we're getting older, but what I've realized is that let's say that there's a discord with us, right? And today we have a discord and you steal this cup. And I'm super upset. This cup was given to me by the heirs of the kingdom in Egypt. Yeah. And I'm like, this bitch stole my fucking cup. I go out through my dismay and disgruntledness. I go around now and I tell everybody that Babe, she stole my cup and she sucks. And now I start to form a hate club. This is inevitable. This happens all the time. So I form the hate club. Well, here's what happens. Because I'm being so nearsighted, you know that I know that I'm going to probably be friends. There's going to be some resolution sooner than later if we truly care to resolve, which we probably will, because I'm so disgruntled that I'm talking about it. So it's a big deal to me. Yeah. Boom, we resolve. Well, guess what I've just done? Once again, it's not even that paramount, but I don't know why people are this ignorant forever. Like it's got to stop at some point, people. What ends up happening is the hate club that I formed